Okay, with the team of Under the Stars, Jason G. Mercado, and then her, I guess her right hand person, Nadine Emrich. I guess that's the best way to credit you, right?
Nadine
Yes.
The
Emrich,
one
yeah.
who brings the bras to sets. So
Yes.
Nice.
that came totally out of
Yeah.
Anything he
context, right?
needs, anything he needs.
But
Yeah.
that was totally out of context. People are like, I'm not
She's like,
trying
what happened?
to.
Yeah, Nadine, she's been an ally through my whole journey since I was an actor till I went back to school, became a film director, and through the process of making this one film, and then I needed like Nadine, I need a being a PA or being doing anything. As you can tell when you do these short films, the resources are very limited. Nadine, I need your bras. Yeah, for one of the scenes. Um, so yeah.
So this is it's a 7 minute film. It's about homeless, like a homeless person named JD, and he's like it's about him at nighttime, kind of like roaming through the streets, and then kind of showing you guys are in Los Angeles area. Homelessness is a, dare I say, a crisis there, uh,
Yeah.
and it's sort of like this film really resonates about like this individual story in a macro issue, I guess.
Yeah. I've seen it not just the LGBTQ plus community. I see that every day, and it's been like people treat this as a disease. You got to see their faces when we talk about homeless. It is a problem. It is something, but it's something that um we all try to avoid. At some point that it makes me feel so bad. So not about 2 years ago, I saw how like two cars ran into this homeless and this lady, she was laying on the floor, dead until the next day that someone called the police. And I see that all the time. So I think with this one film, I wanted to voice those people that are being unvoiced, and then kind of like bring awareness of what's happening. Not just here, like it's happening like in all the state. I'm from New York, and now I sit in New York, even the small little towns. So and then I know a lot of people that because also taps on um addiction. And I see a lot of people that go through a rehab through this system where they just use it as a place to stay because they go back onto the same circle. So I think I wanted to bring an awareness of how we as a society could change this, could at least come up with a different ideas because everything that we're doing, it's obviously it's not working and it's getting worse.
100%. So you wrote the screenplay. How long
Okay.
ago did you write the screenplay?
Um, the whole process was about a year. Be- when I started drafting little scenes and ideas, and it had to be just 7 minutes. So try to maintain the core in 7 minutes when it's a lot happening, it was a little challenging. But I'd say the whole process took about a year. It's a year plus.
So the Nadine, you read I'm assuming you obviously read the screenplay before pre-production started.
Yes, and I saw the process of his process of writing and rewriting and making it better, and like it's a long process to be a writer, and I saw him going through that, so it was a pretty awesome experience. Yeah.
And then I'm assuming like you were like interested in the topic as well, kind of like thought this would be make for a good short film.
Absolutely. I just feel like it has so much empathy and um, it's really close to Jason's heart that he wants to help people. And he's always been very kind and had a great heart. And I felt like this would be the perfect thing for his short film because he has so much empathy for them. So for homeless people. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your cast, like finding, I guess Steve
Um,
Lenz was your main
yeah.
actor. Where did you find him?
Um, Gustavo and Jeanette, I Gustavo have worked with them in different shows on TV, so I knew his potential. And Jeanette, I know she's an actor too, but she has gone through homelessness. So I kind of like envision them, already picture them. With the Steve, it took me a little longer because it was hard to find someone that will portray someone that has an addiction, but it's still battling with not being an addict and not being a homeless. So he had to be um a good actor to be able to see that battle without without saying it. So it took me a little while to find Steve. I have seen him in different shows, and someone made a connection. And then he read it, and I was like, "That's him. That's JD." So yeah,
Because well, obviously he's playing somebody who's homeless
yeah,
and could have like some mental illness or an addiction of some kind, I guess, right? So
yeah.
not an easy role to play.
No, no, not just homeless. He's dealing with a meth addiction,
Yeah.
and he's battling between good and bad, and he still has a little hope in his heart that he will come out of it, not just a homeless, as an addict, and being part of the LGBTQ community, trying to go to the park and find a hookup just to get a place where to stay overnight. So he's dealing with a lot of battles, I'd say. So
Yes.
it was a very tough character to portray.
Well, it must be daunting, I guess, right? Like
Yeah,
how did
yeah,
you ever get out of this
yeah,
situation, right?
yeah. So yeah, because I wanted to play someone so people would approach that with no judgment, but with empathy. With, my message is that what if it's me? What if it's someone I know? What if it's the homeless guy that I just saw across the street, dealing with all this?
Yeah. So okay, so then the outside kind of exterior is
Mhm.
works, right? So tell me about where you shot it. Did you use some like homeless areas? Like talk to me about like kind of shooting at night in this kind of setting. Where did you shoot?
Yeah, the resources. Um, as you know, you need permit to shoot anywhere here in Los Angeles. Luckily, I was still a student at Valley College, so there are smaller streets, and then we had a permit, and so we were able to film that on campus. Um, the only problem that we had that it was next to a generator, so then we had problems with the sound, so we had to get a sound engineer to clear and clean the sound. So that's a lot of challenges,
Yeah.
but you know, it was
Because you
great.
had to
Yeah,
light the area, right? I'm like
yeah.
it's a lot. So like could you work like with a cinematographer that you worked with in the past or
Yes, I have. I have worked with the cinematographer Brad before, and I loved his approach, and we were able to communicate, and he was able to understand the idea of it because I didn't want to just show something that was happening from the outside. My idea as a director and writer wanted to jump on and off from inside the character, his point of view to the audience, So it was trying to balance that, not just see it from the audience perspective, um, but from his perspective. That's what I was aiming to show, his point of view, what he was seeing at that time, what he was feeling, what he was going through, whether it's sound, mentally, visual, you know.
so Nadine, were you on set during the whole shoot?
Yes, I was. I was on set and I provided food. So I try to get everybody's orders right. But yes, it was a lot of good lighting. The acting was incredible, like just to see it in motion. I was like, wow, like it looks incredible. It looks so real. It was a good crew, a lot of good teamwork. And direction wise, Jason, he started out like before he went to school, kind of like directing some of my auditions and stuff. And to see him going from like, you know, actor to director, it was just such a beautiful process because I saw how hard he worked. And like now I see him as a director and he just knew what shots to take and like angles. And I didn't even know who this person was. It was actually really exciting because to see him as a director, I'm just so proud of him and happy. So, yeah.
So it says that on Film Freeway that this is from this was this a student project?
This was my thesis to become to get my degree on film directing. So yeah.
What LACC? What is that? LA
Los
Community
Angeles
College?
City College, yeah.
Yeah. So you got your kind of like you took a course for film directing and then this was your thesis.
I did, and then went to CSUN and doing film production, and then with a minor in writing and Italian.
Italian.
And he is Italian. He speaks Italian.
Yeah, I'm fluent. Yeah, I'm Italian. My dad is Italian, but I thought I was losing a little bit of my heritage and language. And I got a scholarship, so I was studying in Italy for 3 months where I studied cinema and culture and all that stuff. So I finally got my dual citizenship with Europe through my Italian dad. So I felt like there's a lot of possibilities. I shot a pilot in Italy 2-3 years ago. I fell in love with the process, the collaboration, the art of it. Instead of here was more like, I mean, still it's a business and still you need to pay your bills.
Yeah.
But I felt in Europe it was more treated as an art, as a way of saying something. You communicate.
I talk to a lot of European filmmakers. There is a different mentality. It's just that it's a cultural difference, right? Like I'm Canadian and American. There's even a difference there, right?
Yeah.
In terms of your values and your idealization, like about, we see it today, every day, and
yeah, that is correct.
Political circle, right?
I know it's part of it, but it's how to navigate and kind of do both. I think you could do both. You could do, I mean, you can make some money or some money of it, but try to voice those unvoiced and bring truth, and then don't approach anything with judgment, and then show the truth. Show the core what's really happening.
Yeah, you could do a project for many different reasons. I guess it's sort of like, I'm being general, of course, but it's what you lead with, right? Like people in Europe generally lead with like, I want to say something. I have a point of view. I want to come across as something, right? And then in the States, they usually like, this is my proof of concept. I want to make a television show or I want to do a movie. There's a strategic kind of underbelly about the business, right? And there's no judgment either way. It's just that there's a certain point of view. It's how you lead, right? It's how you kind of how you start the process, I guess.
That is correct. Yeah.
Nadine, what do you do?
He's bringing Italy to LA, I guess.
And I'm bringing
Italy filmmaking to LA.
Ideally, I want to make things globally, where we integrate different races, different cultures. For me, everyone trying to put like different filmmakers, actors in different boxes, when we could all collaborate and make something beautiful.
Well, Italy should be coming to LA with the World Cups in about 6 months.
Oh, right? You're right.
So hopefully, I'm Italian too.
Literally.
Yeah,
oh, you are?
Oh,
that's fantastic.
So, Italiano.
My dad was born there, so I guess I could get a citizenship if I pursue it too, right?
We'll practice.
Yeah, he did pursue it. He got one. I was like,
amazing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, before you would have to do, if I pursued a citizenship or even Jason, we would have to do the military service for a year. Now they don't have to do that anymore, so it's easier.
Yeah. It took a few years, but I had it done. So
that's amazing. Okay, so tell me, so how many days was the shoot?
I think we shot for 3 days, 4 days. Yeah, because there was little scenes that I had envisioned that I wasn't happy with. So I went back and do a lot of pickup scenes where I want to a lot of representation where the pipe kind of like becomes, I don't know if you've seen the banner, this becomes the moon, which represents the night, and
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of things. I wanted to have a truthful representation of what was the film. Yeah, so for me, being the being truthful, um, it was important. So I went back and reshot a few things.
And then I guess it was Gus Lynch who was the actor that he has the long conversation with in the
Yes,
scene.
yeah, because I have worked with him when I was working as an actor in different shows. I've seen his range as an actor. Um, we had also a nurse on set, and then through the whole process, to you know, work with them so they could be truthful on how do they smoke, or crack, or meth, or how do the I think it's called slam, or like that they inject themselves.
Mhm.
Um, and what do they feel? What is the process? What do they see? What are they going through? So for me, it was important to have someone that knew. So we did a lot of research on it. Um, just as I said, to be truthful to what was happening.
Uh, Okay, so you got the film shot, and then I guess you're going into post-production. How was editing for you?
Ah, it was a little
Hmm.
yeah, it was challenging because as you know, once you have all these pieces, and then it was my thesis, so I had to kind
Yeah.
of like rush in to edit. I didn't quite feel the um first time it was being edited. So I worked on it a little, and then finally I found someone that I loved her work, and we sat for hours for weeks, and then finally um it came through. I mean, I think in film as a director, it's never perfect. It's never gonna be like what you wanted it to do, but I know I did the best I could with what I have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a nicely like put together like film.
Mhm.
Different. Nadine, did you see some of the raw footage in editing?
I did the first edit. Well, I don't know. I always feel like when I do see the first edit on anything, like I a while ago, a long time ago, this woman that worked at Fox told me she was in the editing department. She was like, um, never trust the first edit. It's never going to look like what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I've worked on other films too. And so when I saw his first edit, I wasn't really like surprised it wasn't done, like because I know that in the process of editing, it could take hours and hours. So I actually didn't say I let like I didn't say anything. Like I let the whole process be with him so he can like, you know, fill it out. But the first edit, I was like, oh, I could use more.
Yeah.
Like I feel like always with the first edit, it could use more, it could be better. I feel like Jason got a hold of the whole film of editing. I feel like a lot of good directors do. And he's like, no, I got to redo this and have it better edit. Like he knew what was good and what wasn't. So I know that he's going to kill it on any project he works on because he could see that, he has the eye. So that's what makes
Yeah.
this film really amazing.
I think I also got blessed. For me, it's not just the visual, it's the pacing, it's the lighting, it's the music, it's all this component. And I got blessed enough that the editor connected me through this musician. So they just wrote the music, original music for this film. Although it's a short film, I think it's great, because there's nothing that you have heard, and it fit perfect what what these characters were going through.
Gotcha. And was everybody like who helped you in the film, were they part of your film class?
Oh, I have people from all over, from UCLA,
Okay.
from Valley College, from CSUN, from USC. I have people that have been working in the industry for 40 years. I was blessed enough to put this in a universe and trust that I will be a magnet for all those people that I needed for this particular project.
Gotcha. And did you like, I'm assuming your classmates, did you work on any of their films? I'm just curious how the process is.
I have worked on some of them
Yeah.
film, and then they've seen my ethic when it comes to either acting or directing. So a lot of people been reaching out for me to me to work on their projects. And I get reached out like whether it's because I worked in Mexico, Colombia, and Europe. Um yeah, a lot of people I'm feel blessed that wanted to collaborate and work on something. So yeah.
Gotcha. So then you got the film done. Are you like, were you satisfied when it was like locked and ready to go send out to film festivals or people and etc.?
Um I don't think, as human beings, we never think we're good enough. Same thing with our project. Um, yeah, I love what I did. I am very grateful for what it became. Um, I'm always gonna think that I could have done more, that I could have changed this, that I could have tweaked this other thing. But yes, I'm grateful and I'm so thankful that I did it and it's out there and people can watch it and hopefully resonate and hopefully bring hope.
Can I say something? Actually,
Yeah, of course.
he's being very modest. Okay. Because like right away, the first festival he got into was Culver City Festival, which is not like the easiest festival to get into in town. It's very competitive here. So the fact that it just got in that festival, his first festival, I was like, whoa, that's really epic, I think, and amazing for him. And yeah, he got a lot of love for it, especially with the festivals reaching out to him. So his movie's amazing, and he's just being modest.
Yes, I got lucky. All these two distributors, one domestic and one that wanna probably talk about like showing this more. So I'm excited.
Oh, so
Yeah.
yeah, so you're doing well then. It's like it's out there and it's getting some attention then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for you then?
What's next? Probably finish taking some more cinematographic classes and psychology and things to understand human more in a deeper level and bring more films that approaches with empathy and human connections and then bring something to the table that could reflect on humanity, I guess.
Gotcha. So then I'm assuming but AKA you're gonna make more films, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm already working on like three, four different films.
Yeah.
I'm always working on writing and yeah.
And Nadine, what are you gonna do?
Right now, I just came out with another song. I do a lot of music. I write music and I the lyrics, and I work with a producer and we come out with music. So I have new music out right now. I have a show coming up in March 27th. And yeah, I'm auditioning out here in Los Angeles. So if you have a character film actress, so you know,
She was
here we go.
one of my first actors for one of my films back in the days when I had started filming for
Yeah.
class.
Yeah, I'm comedy probably and a little bit of drama. I like to do both. So
So I brought up the bra story at the beginning of the podcast. It was out of context. What is the bra story?
well,
Um,
okay, so Jason was like, "Oh, for this film, I don't have like any like of the girl clothes, or anything like that." He's like, "Do you have any like old like bras or something?" I was like, "Yeah, I have like this white bra that was old and I haven't used it, and because it was white and it got like dirty or whatever." So I gave him like some of my bras, and I was like, in the movie when he's holding it up, I was so embarrassed because I was like knowing in my mind, like, "Oh my god, that guy's holding up my bra, the actor."
yeah.
But yeah, I gave him props, from the girl's
Oh,
character, and it's a kind of an inside joke for us,
yeah.
'cause nobody
The
really knows that, but now everybody knows, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
gotcha.
it's bro. The heart and the core of the film. Um, yeah, her name is Luna. And then I've seen a bunch of girls like changing on the street and then also even though we tap it on a serious thing, I wanted to have a little bit of spark of comedy,
Yeah.
in a sense that, that's their everyday. They don't always like, I know they go through challenges, but they have good times within themselves. So I kind of wanted to showcase the human part of it, that the little bit of a comedy, that yes, they are um the addicts and they're homeless, but in their own world, they also have good and bad time. So I think the whole bra, the JD was walking like a Victoria's Secret with it, making fun of it and having a good time. Because for me, it was important to show both. And yeah, Nadine, I need girls bra. She's like, okay, that's the good thing about, Nadine. She's always been like, sure, let's just do it, So
Yeah,
it's not like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it was fun.
amazing.
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time and great film. Like it's perfect 7 minutes. You didn't make it too long. It was like it
Yeah.
just says what it needs to say, and then there's more to explore. Like it makes us want more,
Thank you
which is a
so
Yeah.
good
much.
way to, yeah. But it has a
Thank you for having
concise
us.
beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and end to it, right? So
Yeah.
Thank
yeah,
you for putting us, and hopefully we'll get to explore more films together. Very soon.
100%. Let's, like I said, let's talk again when you make your next film. All
Yeah.
right,
Thank
thank you so much.
you.
Bye.